The United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres is visiting Nepal on 13th of October in a week's time for a 4-day visit to discuss climate change and peace process. In the meantime, the victims of Maoist insurgency era have written to the UN Secretary-General to press the government to amend the Transitional Justice Act to ensure a victim-centric resolution. Analysts have called the maiden visit of Guterres at the best suited time to deal with the transitional justice in Nepal. Good morning, I'm Sapsanamma. Let's begin with the top stories of the hour. Kathmandu District Court sends 25 alleged culprits in the 60-kilogram gold scam to judicial custody for further investigation. One defendant released on bail. Koshi Chief Minister Hikmat Kumar Karki to take the vote of confidence today. The province government finds itself in uncertainty due to lack of majority at the Provincial Assembly. Experts say 2023 is on track to be the hottest year on record. Floating village in Brazil's Amazon rainforest disappears due to prolonged drought. And 2 more World Cup matches at the World Cup today. Bangladesh elect to field first against Afghanistan. South Africa versus Sri Lanka clash later in the day. The United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres is arriving in Nepal on 13th of October, coming Friday, for a 4-day visit. This is going to be the UN Secretary-General's maiden visit to the country. In the meantime, as the country's prolonged transitional justice process grinds, the victims of Maoist insurgency era yesterday urged the UN Secretary-General to press the government to amend the Transitional Justice Act to ensure a victim-centric conclusion to the peace process. The conflict victim representatives submitted the letter to Guterres through the UN Resident Coordinator's office in Kathmandu. The UN Secretary-General is scheduled to meet the Prime Minister, ministers, government officials, members of the civil society during his 4-day visit to Nepal. In their letter, the victims have stressed on how successive government remained reluctant to implement the pledges of the 2006 Comprehensive Peace Accord to end impunity and respect the victims' right to justice. Chief Minister of Koshi Province, Hikmat Kumar Karki, braces for a floor test today to save his government. However, the decision by the Opposition Alliance and Rashtriya Prajatantra Party not to extend their support to Karki means that the question marks have already been raised over Karki-led government. Hikmat Kumar Karki, who became the Chief Minister riding on the constitutional provision of Article 168, Sub-Clause 3, is going for a floor test today to save his government. The Koshi Province Assembly is slated to begin at 1 p.m. later today. In the Koshi Provincial Assembly, with a combined bench strength of 147 members, Karki requires the support of at least 47 members to clear the floor test, while presently he only has the support of 40 CPNUML members. With Rashtriya Prajatantra Party, which has 6 members in the Assembly, already ruling out any possibility of extending their support to Karki, it is bound to be a near impossible political equation for the incumbent Chief Ministers to save his government. The District Administration Office Bake has reimposed prohibitory orders within Nepalganj sub-metropolis. The prohibitions came into effect from 9 a.m. this morning and will stay till 8 p.m. tonight. Assemblies and rallies have been prohibited in the sub-metropolis, and group gatherings of over 5 people has also been barred. The DAO had imposed a curfew in the face of communal conflicts, which was lifted yesterday. However, the lifting of the curfew followed a potential clash. The communal dispute was triggered by a status on social media, resulting in the opposition of curfew for 5 days. Meanwhile, the authorities have arrested individuals who have been posting comments on social media that can flare up communal feelings. Now, with the festival of Dasai just a week away, the trend of people visiting their home districts has picked up. This has resulted in pressure on the roads of Nepal, even as the condition of majority of them has been dilapidated. Amid prolonged monsoon rains, the dilapidated condition of the highways has further increased the risks of road accidents for commuters who have now started going to their home to celebrate fast approaching Dasai. The Dhading section of the Prithvi Highway, Moglin Pokhara Road section and Narayanghat Butwal section in the East-West Highway are presently undergoing upgradation and expansion works. Likewise, 200-meter of Guthitar section on the Koshi Highway that had crumbled 4 years ago is yet to be constructed. 60% road of the 13-kilometer Dhankuta Hile section is yet to be repaired. Likewise, BP highway that connects eastern Nepal with Kathmandu is laden with puddles. The 160-kilometer road section from Dhulikhel to Bardibas faces the risk of landslides in a number of places. The 26-kilometer road section from Friendship Bridge in Tatopani to Barabise is crumbling, even as goods targeting Dashain festival have started entering Nepali market using this road section. The general public therefore have been advised to exercise maximum caution while commuting during the time of fast approaching festivities. And in this context, in our Public Voice segment, we've asked people in several provinces what should be done to improve the conditions of highways. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
बर्खामा पहिरो जान्छ त्यसलाई तुरुन्त सफा गर्नुपर्छ
राजमार्ग सुधारको लागि सरकारले सडक तथा पूर्वाधारमा पर्याप्त लगानी गर्नुपर्छ
हामी सबैले राजमार्ग हाम्रो आफ्नै सम्पत्ति हो भनी यसको संरक्षण गर्नुपर्छ
रोड विस्तार गर्नुपर्छ 2 लाइन छ भने 4 लाइन बनाउनुपर्छ 4 लाइन छ भने 8 लाइन बनाउनुपर्छ
सडक विभागले यसलाई सानो अवस्था हुँदै त्यसलाई तुरुन्तै इमिडिएट त्यसलाई चाहिँ मर्मत गर्न सके राम्रो हुन्छ
जहाँ हिलो छ त्यो ढुङ्गाहरू चाहिँ लगाएर यसो चाहिँ ठाउँ चाहिँ गाडी हिँड्ने बाइक हिँड्ने सम्म चाहिँ बनाउनै पर्छ
गुणस्तरीय सडक बनाउनु पर्यो हेरालु राख्नु पर्यो
ठेक्काका काम समयमै सम्पन्न हुनु पर्दछ
प्राविधिकहरूले पनि चाहिँ अन्तिममा चाहिँ काम कतिखेर भ्याइन्छ भनेर उनीहरु क्वालिटी चाहिँ मेन्टेन गरेर जाँचेपछि चाहिँ
भौगोलिक अवस्थालाई मध्यनजर गरेर त्यसलाई उपयुक्त ठाउँमा उपयुक्त इन्जिनियरिङ व्यवस्थापन गरेर चाहिँ त निर्माण गर्न सकियो भने
खाल्डाखुल्टीहरूलाई व्यवस्थित रूपमा त्यसलाई पुरेर यात्रा गर्नको लागि गाडीहरूलाई आवाजात गर्नलाई सहज वातावरण सिर्जना गरिदिनु पर्यो
यो सबै स्थानीय तहले जिम्मेवारी लिनुपर्छ
Welcome back. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. The question is, what's your take on student organizations resorting to padlocking at the Tribhuvan University? Your options are A, incapability of the university, B, feeble government, and C, ploy for politics. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Time now for international update. A BBC analysis has found the world is breaching a key warming threshold at a rate that has scientists concerned. On about a third of days in 2023, the average global temperature was at least 1.5 degrees Celsius higher than pre-industrial levels. Staying below that marker long-term is widely considered crucial to avoid the most damaging impacts of climate change. But 2023 is on track to be the hottest year on record, and 2024 could be hotter. This latest finding comes after record September temperatures and a summer of extreme weather events across much of the world. BBC analysis of data from the Copernicus Climate Change Survey shows that up to 2nd October, around 86 days in 2023 have been over 1.5 degrees Celsius warmer than the pre-industrial average. That beats the 2016 record well before the end of the year. Life has come to a standstill for a floating village now stranded on mudflats left by severe drought in Brazil's Amazon forest. Motorboats lie tilting in the mud, no longer bringing in fish, fruit and vegetables or ferrying tourists to see the nearby confluence of the Rio Negro and Solimões River, where they form the mighty Amazon River. Things have gotten so bad at Lake Paraquequara that there is little water to drink or cook with. Locals have been spending a whole day digging a water hole in the drying mud flat. Brazil's government said last week it is preparing to provide emergency assistance to inhabitants in the Amazon region hit by record drought that has drained the rivers that are their life support. The Amazon drought, like flooding in the south of Brazil, is a result of the El Niño phenomena, which warms the Pacific Ocean's surface water. Some rivers winding through Brazil's vast Amazon rainforest have piled up masses of dead fish as the drought worsened, constricting local communities' access to food and drinking supplies. Brazil's Amazon has been hit by a severe drought that has impacted its rich river systems, the life support for communities that live nearby. According to reports, some 111,000 people have been affected in a region where fishing is a major source of sustenance. Brazil's Civil Defense Agency has warned the drought could eventually impact up to 500,000 people in the Amazon. Dozens of rockets have been fired from the blockaded Gaza Strip towards Israel, and sirens warning of incoming fire have been heard as far away as the greater Tel Aviv area. The rocket fire began from multiple locations in Gaza, starting at 6:30 a.m. local time today and continued for nearly half an hour. Air raid sirens were heard as far away as Tel Aviv, some 70 kilometers to the north. Gaza residents said they also heard armed clashes along the separation fence with Israel near the southern town of Khan Yunis and saw significant movement of armed Palestinian fighters. There were no additional details from Israel's military. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office said he would meet with the top security officials in the coming hours. There was no immediate claim of responsibility from Hamas, the armed movement that controls the Gaza Strip, or from the smaller Islamic Jihad movement that has also fought several wars with Israel. The rocket launched today come after weeks of growing tensions along Israel's volatile border with Gaza and clashes in the Israeli-occupied, in fact, West Bank, where some 200 Palestinians have been killed by the Israeli military so far this year. Palestinian attacks on Israeli have killed some 30 people this year. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.